Yes guys, this is YAFFLERS and you are watching 10 most anticipated PC games 2017. Please note that these are the games that we are most hyped about and this list is in no particular order. Starting out is Quake Champions. Quake Champions is an upcoming first-person shooter video game developed by ID Software and published by Bethesda Softworks. Quake Champions first made its appearance at the E3 2016 with a debut trailer showing Quake's return after a decade. It will feature a large quantity of playable characters, each boasting their own sets of unique skills. However, ID Software insists that the game is not a MOBA. The game is promised to be a pure FPS with Quake's classic fast, skill-based multiplayer arena. Quake Champions is currently set for release on Microsoft Windows only. The game is scheduled to go into closed beta in 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 0-point dynamo means energy for all. Limitless and free. Limitless.
Up next is Agents of Mayhem. Agents of Mayhem is an upcoming open-world action-adventure video game set in the Saints Row universe developed by Volition, published by Deep Silver and distributed by Square Enix. Agents of Mayhem is a spiritual successor to the Saints Row series, taking place after recreate Earth-ending series of Saints Row, Get Out of Hell. The game's plot revolves around an organization known as Mayhem, founded by Paris from Brimstone and funded by Ulcer Corporation. Bearing the Saints Purple Fury Lee logo, Mayhem's goal is to stop terrorist organization Legion from destroying the world's nations. The player controls 3 agents at a time, each with their own unique playstyle and abilities, and the ability to switch between them at will. The idea is to tag in and out guys depending on the enemies you are facing. Overall, the game looks really beautiful.
Go get him, girl!
Bullets. Our last gen. Your pathetic resistance is amusing. But I have better things to do. Ahoy, motherfuckers!
Why did we choose this life? Why did we become superheroes? We dedicate our lives to fighting crime for one.
Coming up next is South Park: The Fractured But Whole. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is an upcoming role-playing video game developed and published by Ubisoft in collaboration with South Park's digital studios. Based on American adult animated television series South Park and following the plot after South Park: The Stick of Truth.
United movie after your Netflix series. Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't ever get his own movie. Do I get my own movie? Not everyone gets their own movie.
This franchise plan sucks!
The Fractured But Whole takes place after the events of South Park: The Stick of Truth. The children of South Park begin a new adventure again set in the fictional town of South Park in the Colorado Rocky Mountains, becoming role-playing superheroes. However, falling out over Cartman's planned film franchise splinters the boys into 2 groups. Those who side with Cartman join Coon and friends, while rival group Freedom Pals call for their own franchise, starting a civil war between the 2 groups. The player again controls the new kid, though now has the option of choosing the gender of the new kid. South Park: The Stick of Truth was an amazing game. It was hilarious and really fun to play. I expect nothing less from the Fractured But Whole.
You get out of my house! We'll make way more money on our franchise. Go ahead, I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics. I thought Civil War wasn't supposed to happen until phase 3. Shut up, Super Craig.
Coming up next is Pray for the Gods. Pray for the Gods is an action-adventure survival game kickstarted by fledgling developer Nomad Studios. Your character will start off a journey on a frozen island without any equipment whatsoever, wherein she must find items to survive dynamically generated weather and to climb onto massive bosses in order to defeat them. The game has a unique exhaustion system, therefore everything the player does will affect the level of exhaustion. To illustrate, the player will walk slower in deep snow, and to spend too long or to run fast will affect those levels. Said element will likewise slow down the player to the point where it is easier for in-game gens can catch up. Furthermore, dodging and sprinting can actually help to avoid attacks but will also wear the exhaustion system. I played the demo myself and the game is just awesome. The game is set to release somewhere in December 2017.
Peggy 18.
Most of us fear death.
Coming up next is Ubisoft's most ambitious game of 2017, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Embrace her. Praise her. Worship her. They kill thousands without repercussions.
Ghost Recon Wildlands is an upcoming open-world tactical shooter video game in development by Ubisoft Paris. It will be the 10th installment in the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon franchise and will be the first Ghost Recon game to feature an open-world environment. The game will move away from the futuristic setting introduced in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter and will instead feature a setting similar to original Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Ubisoft has described it as one of the biggest open-world games that they have ever published, with the game world including a variety of environments such as mountains, forests, deserts, and salt flats. The Wildlands open beta ran between February 23rd to 27th. I enjoyed the game a lot. Especially if you have friends to play with, then this game is an absolute buy. You can play the game solo, however I definitely recommend co-op. The game will release on March 7th, 2017.
Cocaine is on the move. Cocaine is on the move. Targets are pulling out. Targets down. Drop them.
Science has failed us.
Coming up next is Vampire. Vampire is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Don't Not Entertainment and published by Focus Home Interactive. Now these are the same guys behind Life is Strange, which is an amazing game. So I expect a Vampire to be equally amazing.
I know there's worse to come. Overnight, my world has changed. The gnawing hunger inside me. Every night, it must be appeased.
The player controls the game's protagonist, Jonathan E. Reed, a vampire doctor whose thirst for blood compels him to kill innocent people. To do this successfully, he must gather information about his targets, study and change their habits, collect clues and maintain certain relationships by communicating with the inhabitants of London, which serves as a fictionalized semi-open world built around hubs of neighborhoods tethered to other interlinking areas. It is possible to finish the game without taking a life, which best preserves the character's cover as a doctor, but leaves him incapable of leveling up. Killing no one unlocks one of the 4 different endings in the game.
I did not choose the thing I've become. but I can choose the lives I now take. Cursed be the choice.
Coming up next is Outlast 2. Now if you guys have played the first part, there's no reason not to buy the second one. Outlast 2 is an upcoming first-person survival horror video game developed and published by Red Battles. Outlast 2 is a first-person survival horror game that, like its predecessor Outlast, is a single-player campaign. It is set in the Sonoran Desert at the night, also carrying over the found footage characteristics from the first game. The player controls a freelance journalist, Blake Langerman, who investigates a dilapidated rural area in Supai near the Sonoran Desert. Another thing is that Langerman also wears glasses, which limits the player's vision if they fall off. The first part scared the hell out of us all and was mad fun. I'm really glad the devs made a sequel.
The world of men is ending.
Coming up next is my personal favorite, Middle-earth Shadow of War. Warner Bros. Has officially announced Middle-earth Shadow of War, the sequel to 2014's Game of the Year, Shadow of Mordor.
A ranger and a wraith.
Developed by Monolith Productions, creators of Shadow of Mordor, the game will once again feature an original story in the Middle-earth universe, and will see the return of Talion and his ghostly companion, Celebrimor. The game will also feature an expanded version of Nemesis system. Now the Nemesis system is what made this game really special.
The great deceiver has returned to Middle-earth to rebuild his armies, to rule all. Their corruption.
The Nemesis are randomly named enemies in Sauron's army that are generated uniquely with each playthrough of the game. Each Nemesis has their own personality and will rise or fall within the social structure as the game progresses. They are affected by Talion's actions, and each will react differently to Talion's incursion into Mordor, be it flight, fight, or some other reaction.
The war for Mordor begins.
In Shadow of War, Warner Bros. Promises that the world's environment itself will also be shaped by your play, as well as a new kind of reactive NPC followers. The game is set to release on August this year.
Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. You have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his office. There is no duration set for this meeting.
Coming up next is 2017's most interesting AAA, Prey. Prey is an upcoming first-person shooter video game developed by Arkane Studios, the guys behind Dishonored, and published by Bethesda Softworks.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
In Prey, the player controls Morgan Yu while exploring the moon-orbiting space station Talos 1, where the research into a hostile alien collective called Typhon is performed. As the Typhon escapes confinement, the player uses a variety of weapons and abilities derived from the Typhon to avoid being killed by the aliens while looking to escape the station. The station is presented as an open world to the player, with progression through the world after obtaining key items or abilities similar in nature to Metroidvania game. This game is set to release on May 5th, 2017.
Good morning, Morgan. You're not going to like what I have to say next.
Is that our golden world?
That's Habitat 7. New Earth, if we're lucky.
And finally, one of 2017's Mass Effect Andromeda. It's been 5 years since BioWare released the final part to their Mass Effect trilogy. The ending to trilogy meant a sequel was unlikely, and a prequel was for a while. But instead, Mass Effect Andromeda has shaken off the shackles of trilogy narrative by setting itself 634 years of the future and in the new galaxy of Andromeda. Everybody has been waiting for this game since they first showed their trailer at the E3 2015, and it's finally here. I don't need to say anything more about this game. It's beautiful and huge. There's absolutely no reason to skip on this game. The game is set to be released on 21st March this year.
Not an army? Sure, we've been outplayed. The Archon is a master of his game. We're about to change the rules.
He's a human from another galaxy. A pathfinder.
I don't need an army. I've got a Krogan.
You're right, it'll be fun.
This is exactly why we came. Cover's blown, run!
They want to fight? We'll give it to them!
We're breaking! Keep it up!
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button for more such videos, and thanks for watching.